Pardon me. They really should make these seats louder. Though I guess that ruins the point, Actually, you wouldn't happen to know which seat E7 is, would you? Ah, thank you very much. Honestly, they should make it more obvious which section is which. Though I admit the braille helps. Oh, yes, braille. If you're unfamiliar, I can show you. Look here, next to my chair. See the metal dots? One's a backwards L, and the other is a small cube. That's braille for 7. And along with the dots on the sections, I can tell what row and seat number this is. Pretty clever design, don't you think? Why? Oh, you poor thing. I'd say you're almost as blind as I am. Jokes aside, yes, I am blind. That's what the cane is for, even if it isn't much help here. Sorry? What's there to be sorry about? I'm just happy to have some conversation for once. It gets dreadfully boring during the opening sections here. But where are my manners? My name is Lark. It is a pleasure to meet you. Do you frequent this theater? I feel like I would remember someone like you. Not that I would notice exactly, but it's rare I get to sit next to someone so willing to listen. Ah, a visitor then. Well, I hope you enjoy your time here. Cardiff is such a nice city this time of year. Have you and your companion taken a trip to the fields by chance? Oh, they're so full of flowers of all shapes and colors. It's beautiful, and I promise you it will make your journey all the more worthwhile. Oh yes, I'm fine. My apologies. I seem to have slipped into a mood. Please ignore me. My mind seems to wander whenever I think of those fields. Well, isn't that an inappropriate question? No need to fret, dear. I'm only teasing. Though yes, I do miss them a small amount. It hurts not being able to see the vibrant colors every spring, to see the small patches that dot the earth every year. Though that doesn't mean I have to sacrifice everything in my life now, does it? I can still go to those fields and feel every sensation. The prick of a thorn, the dew on the grass, and the soft petals I used to place in my hair when I was a little girl. I can still smell the roses, noticeably better after I lost my sight as well. I almost wish I'd lost it sooner. Honestly, dear, just being here reminds me that I'm still me. Nothing can change my life, and nothing is truly changed. I'm still growing as a person. And though I'll admit I'm getting along in age, it hasn't stopped me from stealing a few glances, if you know what I mean. And don't think I haven't caught you staring. In fact, I can hear your heartbeat faster the longer you look at me. Cheeky thing. Has the visage of a frail orc woman with a decent bust and a large rear gotten you that hot under the collar? Oh, I can only imagine the look on your face. Cheeks all red with sweat dripping from your brow. You, my dear, are the most fun I've had in years. I can only imagine what kind of fun you and I could get up to. Though you said you're with someone, correct? A Stitcher, you say? Would she perhaps be a bit smaller than most humans? Smells of lavender. Very stubborn and easily excitable. Well, isn't that funny? She's the one who told me to come here. Well, she didn't exactly do that. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was so insistent I not come here, I just felt I had to. Such a specific date and time. It's almost as if she knew we would meet like this. Though I guess that's how Stitchers are. Always guiding fate in the right direction. Not her intention. Oh, I see. Does she think I'll steal you away, perhaps? Am I really that alluring? I guess I should give myself more credit then. It's been so long since I've had such a romantic outing that I was starting to lose hope. And now here I am, stealing you away from your companion. Though I take it you're an adventurer then, paving your way through the world one step at a time. You must be well seasoned if you're going this far north. Actually, how familiar are you with that blade? The one you set down a moment ago. Nothing fancy, but it's durable. The blade itself is cheap, most likely made of crude material if the pommel and handguard are anything to go by. Don't get me wrong, it will survive many clashes, but I don't see you doing much damage with it. The leather on the grip is worn, meaning it's past its prime, but judging by the loosened grip of the sheath, you're smart enough to keep it sharp. Overall, there's a very good intention of keeping the sword battle ready. But as a weapon, it's faulty. You couldn't have paid more than, what, $15 for it? Oh, that's not good, dear. Not good at all. For someone like you, you'll need something stronger than that hunk of metal. Now this is a true blade. Something light yet strong enough to deflect things much heavier than that club you wield. Thin, concealable, and while it won't directly block a strike, when you only need one moment, it's nearly perfect. Oh dear, I must have frightened you. There. I'm not going to do you harm. My fascination with blades aside, I mostly use this for work. Well, I'm an assassin, dear. Not many people are wary enough to suspect a blind orc woman as a potential threat. Now are they? The amount of people who fall into my blade is uncountable. Honestly, I suspect my numbers have doubled since I lost my vision. You'd expect people to be more suspicious of a quote-unquote helpless woman, don't you think? Ah, my apologies. I see you don't share my viewpoint on things. Though I understand completely. There are not many who would be willing to draw blood against another person. let alone their own kin as I have. However, the world has guided us in different paths, and I cannot say that I don't find my purpose in it. Some choose religion, others choose love. I find my drive in my work. There may be 1,000 bastards who could easily replace who I bring death to. However, I will continue to do so until the time comes when I'm no longer needed. And in fact, I've heard that the governor of the town is getting impeached fairly soon. So I guess that means my time here may shortly come to an end. Maybe the butcher of Cardis will become an old wives' tale that people warn their children about. A sort of boogeyman, if you will. Or maybe I'll just fade from the history books. Either way, there won't be much to do around here pretty soon. Well, I'm not too sure what I'll do after that. I'm sure whatever I do will keep me satisfied. It's just the transition process I'll despise. Although... Say, are you in need of someone with my skill? I wouldn't mind being cooped up with a precious little adventurer like you. And please take no offense, but I can already tell your swordsmanship is lacking. No, genuinely. Look at the chips on this thing. I swear you've been using it to break rocks and spread butter. Are you even aware of what you are? Your role, dear. Everyone has one if you're going to be a serious adventurer. I am an assassin. As such, it's my job to get in and out as fast as possible. If I'm going to be with you and your group, it'll be my job to assist you in battle by being fast and advantageous. I'll take my moments and strike when the enemy is distracted. And if I assume Sage is to be our support caster, what would that make you? You haven't thought about it, Well, that's all right, dear. You'll still have some time to decide. But for now, it seems like you're in need of a few other members. And judging by the bandages around your neck, it would seem we're in need of someone who practices medicine. Even I can tell they're sloppily thrown on, no matter how much love may be behind them. You wouldn't happen to know someone like that, would you, darling? I thought so. So that leaves me to decide where to go next, correct? We'll need a good doctor if we're going to be traveling. Oh, it's a bit of a long shot, but if I remember correctly, there was an old convent I used to be part of. What are you giving me that look for? A girl can choose to worship if she likes. It just so happens I wasn't very good at taking orders. Or being a nun. Or kind. Or patient. Okay, I may have had a bit of a wild streak, but that was in the past. I'm sure I can call in an old favor or two. And besides, with a cutie like you, she may just lose her faith and want to come along, just like I did. So what do you say, darling? Would you like to come to Chiron and go to church with me? I'm sure an old sinner would be welcome.